2 defendants were sentenced on Monday for the slaying of Shane Davis, who was shot and killed during the early morning hours of September 26, 2021. 30-year-old Victoria E. Worth, the victim's wife, was sentenced on first-degree felony criminal solicitation, while the shooter, 27-year-old Mike Allen Miller, was convicted of murder and aggravated conspiracy as well as a weapons charge during the hearing held in 5th District Court in Beaver. In regards to Worth's case, Prosecutor Vaughn Christensen said this.
At some level, I can only imagine that Shane Davis must have sensed that something was wrong, because in the days following that conversation, that Snapchat conversation between Worth and Miller, there began to be conversations between Shane Davis and Worth and others about the possibility of him just taking and booting Miller and all of the other house guests that were there in this home and just evicting them, just getting them out, which he had the right to do because it was his home. She wanted Shane Davis dead, and she asked Mike Miller to do the shooting. Why? Her intent, she told Miller so they could be together, but her actions evidence a different intent, to have custody of that $160,000 home. If she sets herself up as the sole heir, it's hers.
Miller, the admitted shooter, appeared next, and the prosecutor had this to say.
Mr. Miller has discovered something, and that is he's discovered how easy it is to kill another human being. He's got to pay for taking another life.
One of the victim's relatives said this.
But he was also a good man who deeply cared about me and everyone else around him. I do miss everything about him.
And the defendant also made a statement to the family.
To be a man that would give you clothes off his back, the food in his home, and the love in his heart. That I deserve life, and I do. I know I do. I don't disagree, but I'll take whatever time that I am given. Shane Davis believed in reincarnation, so it is my hope that in my next life I can find him and I can tell him how sorry I am.
District Judge Anne Marie McGiff Allen presided over the sentencing hearing and had this to say while sentencing Miller.
In view of the egregious nature of the conduct involved here, the court does not believe that 8 years is an adequate sentence. The court does not believe that 10 years is an adequate sentence. The court views this case as no less serious than a murder case that carry a window of sentencing that is no fewer than 15 years and which may be for life in the Utah State Prison.
This is Cody Blowers reporting for St. George News, your #1 source for local news.